Hello Cabbage fans. Today we have the wonderful M24 Chaffee. I received this from the wonderful BrickTanks, and if you use code Cabbageface on their website, you'll get a 5% discount on any purchase. So let's have a look at the box first. So this is the M24 Chaffee or Chafe, something like that. I probably think it's Chaffee, but we'll go with that. Set 2543. 590 pieces, and you get the two mini dudes, including the guy with no top. Woo woo. And then we have, I don't know what that's all about, the back of the box. So some information there. Got an engine, moving turrets up and down. Really looking forward to building this one. So let's get it built and let's get it a little review and some history into the tank once we've built it. I'll see you on the other side. Jason Derulo. Right, so there we have it built. Well, you can't see it yet, but you'll see it in a minute. We have a look at the instructions. The usual Cobi instructions we're all used to there. And then there's some sets on the back, some very nice sets indeed. I think this is a new one, it's not out yet. So cool, I like this, that looks really awesome. Yep, so there we go. So if we drag the model forward itself, there it is. So we'll look around the model first, then we'll do some history on the model. So we have two mini dudes, as we said. The first one up is this guy who is topless and covered in oil. Not that kind of oil. He's quite cool, different. He's obviously the mechanic, so he's been working on there. He's got a big old spanner. That's not a euphemism. And then we have this guy, the main guy. I'm guessing he's the kind of commander of the tank, smoking a big old cigar. And he's got a Bren machine gun. I think that's a Bren. I'm pretty sure it's a Bren. So he can pop in. These have got the new leg system, which you can take their legs off individually and then change them around. I don't know how you do it, but you can. So let's pop him. Let's not pop him in the tank, actually. Just put him over there. So we get the nice little plaque. And here is the tank itself. So this one has a different kind of track system with the rubber wheels on it that spin round. Bit different to kind of the Sherman and the other one I've built. Has some movable parts. Obviously the turret moves around and it goes up and down. I just pulled it off, whoops. And then we've also got the kind of hatch where he goes in and his main machine gun there. And there's also a little stubby machine gun there. We'll talk about those in a second. And then we have the lift up engine bay. Got some engine detail in there, which is quite nice. And also these little hatches lift up in a different kind of way. They kind of lift up and spin, which is quite cool, and they both do it. So both those hatches lift up and do that, so you can put your mini dudes in there. It's an awesome looking model, this one. Let's talk a little bit about the M24 Chaffee, or Chaffee, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And it's actually called an M24 light tank. And it is an American tank, and it came into service at the latter end of World War II. I've got that light on the wrong way as well. It's spinning around while I'm looking at it. And it was also used in the Korean War by the US, and the French used it in the Algerian War and the Indonesian War. So there we go. And it was given the name the Chaffee in British service. So the Brits called it the Chaffee, and it's after General Abner R. Chaffee Jr., who developed the use of tanks by the US forces. Very interesting. After the 1960s, it was kind of stopped used by the NATO countries and the US Army. Still used by a few third world countries, I believe. And it ran from 1944 to 1953 by the US. This particular model, it says in the back of the box, has got the Cadillac engines in it. But they also had a Massey Harris, which is now, I think, Massey Ferguson. And they make tractors and stuff. And there is more Massey Ferguson tractors in the world than any other make. There you go, little facts there. How interesting, or not, don't know, you decide. And it had a crew of 5, so you had the commander, the gunner, the loader, the driver, and the radio operator. And this had an engine that had 220 brake horsepower and could hit a max speed of 56 kilometers an hour. Need to put my teeth back in. Let's talk about the weaponry. So the main gun here is a 75mm gun, M6. Then we have your typical Browning, .50 Browning on the top. Then you've got a .30 06 Browning there. So those are your three kind of main weapons on this tank. Development. So this tank was developed as a replacement from the Stuart, M3 Stuart. The British found in the kind of desert warfare, the Stuart M3 didn't have a more powerful enough cannon. So this was developed because it had a more powerful cannon on it. And there are many variations of this. You have an M19 that has a multiple air gun on it. You also have a T9 that's got a bulldozer. So there's many variations of this. The model itself, I absolutely love this. I love the detailing right here, how they've managed to do these kind of like struts that are supporting this kind of bit over the tracks there, the mud guard as it were. I love the fact that this has got a lift upable engine area and all the detail here. It's got some great detail on this set. The tracks run really nicely on this one as opposed to some of the other ones. yeah, I love this. I definitely would pick this one up. The mini dudes are not too bad. Even the kind of stripper guy, he's all right. And you get a little plaque, and that fell off, and you get a binocular, and that fell off as well. So things fall off of it if you don't put them on there properly. That's another, is that a plus point? I don't freaking know. Anyway, do check this out. I say at the start of the video, I got this through BrickTanks, and if you was to put my code Cabbageface in, you get a 5% discount. And of course, if you liked this video, please do like it. And if you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. And if you don't want to see more stuff like this, don't subscribe, I guess. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? Where am I? What day is it? Yeah, so please do let me know in the comments below what you think of this video. And of course, if you don't like this video, pop on down to your local park, tell the nearest person about this and say why you hate it, and they'll let me know in the comments below. Take care now. Bye-bye.